Hey guys, how y'all doing? I'm here to give you guys my recaps on Chronicle Haecceitas no Hikari Part 2, or you can call it episodes 5 through 8, if anything. 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. Apparently I decided to watch the rest of Part 2 of Chronicles Light of Haecceitas or Haecceitas no Hikari. In other cases, you could say that part 2 of the movie is like episodes 5 through 8. I already did my recap on episode 5 today. I'm going to do my recaps on episodes 6 through 8. Okay, and I'll give you my thoughts on the part 2 of the movie. And part 3 is supposed to come out this month, which will come out possibly in about another week or so. So if anything else, yeah, let's just get this started. Okay, when it came to episode 6, it does pick off where Shuza ends up clashing against Yuri and his crew, and they try to hold him off. But apparently, we have to it that we have Burakato and that other black lady antagonist, or should I say Elsa? I think that's her name, ends up trying to corrupt Yuri, you know. And Shura himself, he's also blackened, and he took the Chronicle from Fina herself. We had to it that Yuri is struggling to fight against his inner darkness or the blackness within his body, and Elsa's convincing him to come to the Black King's side, you know? Eventually, Yuri tries to fight against his darkness and tries to stab him one time, which is in episode 6. But apparently that did not become the case, as that was not the black self of his. It was actually Fina herself tried to stop Yuri from being consumed, you know? And we have to it that Yuri ends up stabbing Kain instead when he was protecting Fina. So all this illusions that he's been having fighting against his inner darkness was pretty hard for him, you know? Not to mention how bad it became for Yuri, and he got consumed by his own darkness and became the very being that is known as the Black Knight. All of us Chain Chronicle players know what the Black Knight is. And this is a big spoiler, by the way, so if you don't want to listen, you should have left when you had the chance, but I'm pretty sure all gamers would know anyway. In the original game of Chain Chronicle, which may not have the global version anymore, which is really sad, that was Yuri's future self in the original game, like from an alternate timeline, honestly. It's confusing and complicated and so forth, which I will explain maybe in the future if you still want to know much of the Chain Chronicle storyline or something like that. But for real though, Yuri literally turned into the darkness, and you know we have to it that ends off like episode 6. But episode 6 does show Juliana taking the throne and convincing everyone not to fall into darkness. That's what episode 6 is. Episode 7 shows that Yuri ends up going with the Black King after all, and he decides to challenge the world after that. As for Kain, Machida decides to go to the vice capital to get Kain all patched up, while Shuza and his army try to get the other mages to join him, but they decide not to. And he goes fine, but how are you going to bring Yuri back? Adam, with great hope and persistency, says that we will bring him back somehow, no matter what. Yuri is just lost, and we just need to pull him out of there. That's it. And therefore, as episode 7 continues, we have to it that everyone goes their separate ways as the mages decide to go to the Sage's Tower and let the other 3 sages know about what happened. And as for Machida and Marina and Kain, they go back to the vice capital to patch Kain up. As for Adam and Fina, they decide to go to Soul Island. Fina is feeling very guilty about what happened to Yuri, but Adam tells Fina everything's gonna be okay. We're gonna break Yuri out of that spell and whatever's happening to him, you know. And although Fina is in great agony, crying because of her guilt of what she couldn't do for Yuri, you know. We also have to it that after much has been going on here and there, we have to it that they are going to enter Soul Island, and it ends off the episode where the Black Knight, which is currently Yuri, ends up entering the island and battlefield itself. When it came to Yggdra, the island, the Soul Island or something, that's called Yggdra. Literally, it's called Yggdra. We have to it that in episode 8, Adam does clash against Yuri eventually, but we have to it that this guy, Raphael, I forgot his name, will hold him off as best he can. while Fina and Adam decides to go to the Chronicle, which is the core of everything, you know? Surprisingly, it's complicated, but they have a Chronicle in the Soul Island, which is the content or history of the entire continent of Yggdra itself, you know? Not really as strong as the Chain Chronicle that Fina has, which she lost the other half by Shuza. Lost the other half of the book by Shuza, by the way, which he stole, etc. I'm pretty sure you all know that. If you've been keeping up with the series, watch part 1, and if you're up to part 2, then you will know what I'm talking about. We have to it, they decide to go through the history of the Chronicle in Yggdra and try to find Parika. But eventually, you know, Black Knight Yuri, or the Black Knight, which is now he is the Black Knight instead of Yuri, he ends up trying to interfere with it, but Adam ends up managing to try to fight his way through. But we have to it that Adam ends up meeting Baltazar or something, that old man that trained Futima, that girl who's all naked and so forth. We have to it that after learning of Yuri's past, who wanted to become strong and learn how to do an attack like that knight saved him one time, we did get a glimpse of Yuri's past, and I don't think it was explained about Yuri's past in the game, because like I never had a chance to go take a look at it. But in this one, we get to know his backstory, why he wanted to become strong, how he went through a tragic past, he wanted to get stronger and learn the attack like the other guy who saved him from the Black Army. But eventually, you know, after Adam sees Yuri's past and so forth, he ends up seeing Baltazar, that mage that we saw in episode 5, which I did a recap today. Adam asks him to make him strong. He says, what for? He says, because I want to save Yuri and knock him back to his senses. So Baltazar decides to test him, you know, to let go of Yuri or something. They get into a situation and face the Black Knight. But eventually, Adam will never let Yuri go and so forth after he learned that Yuri wants kind to train Adam because he's like a hope of light. Except he tells Yuri, you don't get to decide all that and so forth, you know? And therefore, they work together and defeat the Black Knight, you know? That's in the Chronicle core, honestly. Not the Chain Chronicle. The Chronicle core of Yggdra. Yes, it's confusing, I know. To all you who are first-time watchers of the series and so forth, yes. Really, really confusing. We have to it that, despite what happened here and there, we see a light where Parika is the light of the world. As long as there's a ray of light of hope, Parika will return. So it looks like she disappeared because, like, there is no hope, you know? But if the light of hope comes back to everyone, she will come back. So it looks like to me the episode ends off with with the other half of the Chronicle stolen by Shuza. They have to like act now and hurry on, you know, and go to the final battle, which will happen in part 3 and so forth. We also have to it that our buddy, which is Toka and the others are trying to ask Juliet, the Holy Queen Juliana, which she had a coronation in episode 6, to ask him to help them take down Shuza because he's planning to join the Black Army. If that happens, he becomes a servant, then there's no point for him to be in the world. So looks like two ogre demons like left that side, you know. And we have to it that looks like I see a preview of part 3, but not before I get to see the credits of what the adventures of Yuri and Fina, along with Kain and everything else, became at the very beginning, which is really reminiscing because I remember when I played the game and played with these characters. Damn, dude, it brings back a lot of memories. How I love the game, and I'm sad to see the global version go, but there's always that other version which took me a while to like get to. But that's for another story. The credits does show the past times of how Yuri and the volunteer army became to be and how they fought in the ogre territory and so forth. Like I said, the Chain Chronicle storyline is very complicated, and I really wish I could put it in simple words, but I can't right now. But one thing for sure, preview of part 3, it looks like that's going to be the final movie of Chain Chronicles, Untitled Haecceitas, which is going to be episodes 9 through 12, and I look forward to that. Apparently, you'd be surprised how am I doing like episodes 6 through 8 right now, because I watched the rest of part 2, which got released like last week or so, which is really surprising. Even I'm surprised. I decided to watch it for the hell of it, and that's about it. So yeah, episodes like 6 through 8, episode 6 is just like Juliana becoming coronation queen, Yuli falling into darkness. Episode 7 is where the guys take separate ways. Shuza takes half of the Chronicle from Fina and gets ready to clash against the Black King and try to rule Yggdra, you know? And of course, Adam and Fina go to Soul Island. Episode 8 is where they go to the core of the Yggdra and where Adam ends up facing the Black Knight to see if he wants to get stronger in the Yggdra core, you know? Like I said, my recaps are very vague and short, and I'm pretty sure y'all might be confused right now, but this is all I can give out right now. So, if anything else, I'll see you guys in my next video. So, maybe there might be no One Piece or something, but I don't know. I'll see if there is one. So, if anything else, I'll see you guys later. I'm Alpha Zitto. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out. Bye-bye. Toot-toot-doo.